Have you ever wondered where your money actually goes? Maybe you get your paycheck, promise yourself you'll save this month, and then, poof, it just disappears. You check your bank account and think, wait, how did I spend so much? The truth is, most people don't lose money because of one big mistake. It's the small, sneaky habits, repeated over and over, that quietly drain our bank accounts. Today, let's uncover 7 bad habits that could be costing you thousands, sometimes without you even noticing. First up, ignoring your spending. It's easy to just swipe a card, tap your phone, or click Buy Now and forget about it. But not tracking your expenses is like driving with your eyes closed. You hope you're on the right road, but you have no idea where you're headed. Imagine someone who grabs coffee out every morning, gets lunch delivered a few times a week, and maybe orders a couple of things online that aren't too expensive. Each purchase seems, he says, harmless, but when you add it up, that could be $10 a day on coffee and snacks, $50 on food delivery, and $100 on impulse online buys. Over a month, that's more than $500. Over a year, $6,000. The fix is simple. Start tracking. You don't need fancy apps. Even a note in your phone works. The more awareness you have, the more control you'll gain. Second, emotional spending. Ever had a rough day and thought, I deserve a treat? Retail therapy feels good in the moment, but those emotional swipes can add up fast. Maybe you buy new clothes when you're bored or stressed, or you splurge on gadgets after a tough week. The problem? The happiness from buying fades quickly, but the hole in your wallet stays. One trick is the 24-hour rule. When you want to buy something, wait one day. If you still want it after sleeping on it, go ahead. You'll be surprised how often the urge disappears. Habit number 3, lifestyle inflation. This one is sneaky. As you earn more money, you start spending more. Upgrading your phone, eating at nicer places, moving to a pricier apartment. It feels like progress, but your savings don't grow. Let's say you get a raise of $500 a month. Instead of increasing your savings, you buy a new car or sign up for more streaming services. At the end of the year, you're not any wealthier. You're just spending at a higher level. The solution? When your income goes up, increase your savings rate first. Try using the 50-30-20 rule. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. That way, you enjoy some upgrades, but your future self gets richer too. Fourth, neglecting an emergency fund. Life happens. Cars break down, pets get sick, jobs end unexpectedly. Without a cushion, even a minor emergency can turn into debt. It's easy to think, I'll save for emergencies later, but later often turns into never. Without a buffer, say 3 to 6 months living expenses, you might end up putting surprise bills on a credit card with high interest. Start small. Even $500 saved can prevent a crisis. Automate a little each month. Your future self will thank you. Fifth, paying unnecessary fees. Bank fees, late fees, overdraft charges, subscription renewals you forgot about. It all adds up. Imagine paying just $20 a month in random fees. That's $240 a year gone for nothing. Or maybe you have a gym membership you never use, or 5 streaming services, but only watch one. Review your statements every few months. Cancel what you don't use. Set up reminders for bills, and look for no-fee accounts. Why pay for money you're not using? Sixth, trying to time the market. Investing can be intimidating. Maybe you wait for the perfect moment to buy stocks, or you pull out in a panic when the market drops. The truth? Even professionals can't predict the market. Regular folks who try often end up buying high and selling low, losing thousands over time. Instead, try dollar-cost averaging. Invest the same amount every month, no matter what the market is doing. Over the long run, this smooths out the ups and downs and keeps your plan on track. Number 7, not investing in yourself. It's tempting to skip learning new skills or avoid spending money on your own growth. Maybe you pass up a course or don't buy that book, thinking it's a waste. But the returns from investing in yourself, whether it's education, health, or creativity, are massive. One online class could help you land a better job, or a book could teach you how to negotiate a raise. Remember, time is money, but time is also greater than money. If you use your time to learn and improve, your earning potential can skyrocket. Let's take a step back. Maybe you see yourself in these habits, maybe just 1 or 2. The good news? Change doesn't have to be all or nothing. Small changes repeated consistently add up over time, just like compound interest. If you start tracking your spending, pause before emotional purchases, and set up an emergency fund, you're already miles ahead of most people. Here's an action plan. Pick just one habit to focus on this week. Maybe it's tracking every dollar for 7 days. Next week, try a 24-hour pause before any non-essential purchase. The week after, review your subscriptions and cancel one thing you don't truly need. Bit by bit, you'll build better habits, and your bank account will start to grow. If you want to take it even further, check out books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki for a mindset shift, or The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel to understand why we spend the way we do, or dive into Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin for a step-by-step approach to financial freedom. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. The most powerful change happens when you commit to improving, a little at a time. In the end, it's not about being perfect. It's about being aware. Money isn't just numbers on a screen. It's a tool for freedom, security, and possibility. By breaking these 7 bad habits, you're not just saving thousands. You're taking back control of your life, one smart decision at a time. So what's the first habit you'll change?